Hi guys, Charmel Flemming here from FTwelve. Today we're joined by Leslie Longueira from Ignition Health. Thank you for joining us, Leslie. Leslie, if you can just tell us a little bit more about what Ignition Health does and just a little bit more about you.
Well, I started doing personal training. I actually started off by becoming a spinning instructor first in 2000. And I got sucked into the fitness industry and the fitness world. So I wanted to explore other avenues. From there, I did a Carter box course, a personal training course, went into massaging and nutrition as well. And then I decided to start Ignition Health. And that was in 2005.
Leslie, with fitness and personal training taking a backseat when we got to level 5, how did you pivot Ignition Health to get to where you currently are, and you've continued to operate irrespective of the number of irrespective of the levels we were at? And how did you do that? Just if you can take us through your thinking and your processes.
Well, Ignition Health started off typically with trainers at a gym, but with other gyms involved, if you had to get trainers in there, you had to pay rent. So we decided to start our own fitness studio. Unfortunately, the property that we were renting from, we had to leave from there because they were looking at selling the property. So from there, we evolved to going to clients' homes. And then once COVID started, we decided then to go online. The online idea, however, I've been wanting to do it since around 2005 as well. And the only reason why we couldn't start it sooner is because the connectivity speed just wasn't great back then. But now that 5 has been introduced, we are able to provide that service.
So I think that's amazing. So Ignition Health has been constantly evolving, irrespective of COVID or not, to the point where you are. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even before COVID hit the world, we had already pre-recorded exercises. Everything was set up. And once COVID came, the only challenge we really had was to introduce our clients to platforms like Zoom and Skype and things like that. So what I actually did was I went to the clients' homes, helped them get set up on their cell phones or laptops if they were unsure on how to do it, showed them how to access it. And that was pretty much where we were at level 5. So for us, COVID actually didn't have an impact other than the class environment. So for example, the spinning classes, obviously we couldn't provide there, but the one-on-one personal training sessions, we still continued.
That's absolutely amazing. So Leslie, tell me, when the initial level 5 was announced, what was your thoughts around, money and where we were heading in that time?
Honestly, I think the same feeling as everybody else was. How is this going to impact anxious, nervous, stress levels through the roof? Wondering if our client base would take to the online training. And literally within a week of being at level 5 and the clients were familiar with the platforms, my stress levels went down a lot because clients were really happy with the service that I was providing. It was helping them with their stress levels as well to be able to cope with COVID as well. So it worked. If anything, we actually got a few more clients with certain cases because obviously everybody had to stay at home. If one of my female clients was married, then her husband, for example, would start joining the sessions as well. And like that, got introduced to new clients. So it went really, really well.
That's amazing. So Leslie, as the lockdown levels decreased, what was your feelings and emotions around money? I know personally for me, I realized that going into the physical shops actually cost me more because you simply impulse buy all the time. So from your point of view, how did that, what was as our, what was as the levels decreased?
For me, without a shadow of a doubt, it's taught me how to save money better. Like you said, now when you go shopping, you actually don't realize how many unnecessary extra things that you buy that you don't really need. So from that perspective, it's helped a lot. You realize what is necessities and what is actually luxuries. And you start to realize what is it that you can live with and what you can't live with. The second thing that I've learned from it when it comes to money is save. Save, save, and save as much as you can. Reason being is, let's be honest, I mean, COVID hit the world and nobody expected this. Nobody at all. And you don't know when you could be hit like that again. And it could come in any shape, form, size, whatever it is. So that would be the two things, is unnecessary spending and save as much as you can.
So Leslie, as we wrap up, I'd like to ask you one last question. If you had to give advice to your pre-COVID self, what would that be?
Don't waste so much money on things you don't need, you moron. And that would be it.
I think we can all give ourselves that advice.
Indeed.
Leslie, thank you so very much for taking the time to spend with us and answering some of our questions. I really appreciate it. And have
awesome. Thanks, Charmel. Bye. Thanks.